Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new season of Asaph Cafe. This is now season 12, episode 1 of Asaph Cafe, and we are in the home of the greatest pianist that ever lived, Mr. Showmanship himself, Liberace.
Yeah, my grandmother loved Liberace. Oh, yeah.
And, this is so fun.
Oh, yeah.
Doing all these different backdrops here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, why don't you lower your bag here so you can show up better on the screen, your lunch bag.
Oh,
There you
hello,
go.
lunch bag. How are you?
So, yeah,
Hello.
And I don't know if you know much about Liberace.
No, I don't.
A very. We'll talk about him. Why don't you start us off, Emmett?
Heavenly Father, bless our food and our time together in Jesus' name.
Amen. So anyway, we are in Liberace's home doing Asaph Cafe, and isn't that a beautiful backdrop? Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, only in the movies, the magic of television, the magic of trick
Yes.
photography, and so on. And that piano that he played on actually is a really, really fancy piano. You know, he had, he's one of the rare few people in the world that actually had one of Chopin's pianos.
Oh.
It was like worth about 200,000 or something like
Wow.
that today.
Mm-hmm.
They only have like about 3 or 4 in the world, and Liberace had one, the actual Chopin piano. Now, he didn't use it in concert. He probably kept it in a museum or something at home, I would suppose.
I wonder if they still have that piano now that he's passed away on display or museum somewhere, that piano.
Probably. They probably got it somewhere on display there. But this man was worth $100 million when he passed away.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible?
Mm-hmm.
And if you talk about his career started in around 1952.
Mm-hmm.
He had a black and white television show called The Liberace Show, and they invited guests on and stuff.
Oh,
and,
cool.
It was the #1 show on television, beating I Love Lucy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how popular his show was, beating even I Love Lucy.
Wow.
And Lucy's show was like
Yeah.
it.
And again, I never watched I Love Lucy.
Really?
No, I
Ricky
never
Ricardo?
Yeah, I never watched it. Never watched
I
it.
actually sometimes if I'm bored enough, because they still play reruns of it today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I get bored enough, I'll sit and watch, try figuring it out.
Oh, the dryer spins around. The dryer
Something like
spins
this.
around. It's fascinating. Oh, is that the theme to I Love Lucy?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah. The thing that I Love Lucy. But anyway, getting back to the Liberace show, that was the #1 show on television in 1952.
Interesting.
It was seen in something like 100 countries around the world, and television was new. So that's why his name catapulted. 15 years later, they had a second Liberace show, and this time it was taped in England. I believe it was London or something like that. And that's when he had all the really fancy,
Oh, yeah.
because the other one was just black and white, which is regular tux. So, but this is cool being a Liberace.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, he owned something like 3 homes, I think.
Oh,
He
interesting.
had a home in Hollywood, I think one in Palm Springs and one in Las Vegas. So I don't know which house actually this
Yes.
photograph is from. I assume it's the Palm Springs one, but I don't know.
Is that a...
Because they had if they had like the back open the window, I could tell.
Yeah, and this is just a trick photography photograph, so there's no way to know. But
Palm Springs, isn't that in Florida?
no, that's in California.
Oh.
Palm Springs, California.
Never lived there.
I'm a Californian native.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sean knows about that too.
Interesting.
Southern California. Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
Palm Springs is in Southern California.
Okay, interesting.
Kind of up north, I think it is. Well, see, Los Angeles County is huge. There's like 20 million people in Los Angeles County.
Wow.
And when I mean county, I don't mean the city alone. I mean all the other neighboring cities nearby. You know,
Amazing.
From what is it, San Bernardino, Bakersfield, all that whole Southern California, Los Angeles, Oceanside, San Diego, all those.
Amazing.
Southern California.
Orange County, I think, is the Orange County is like the big name. I think that's like another. It's like another. Then we say Orange County, and then there's in Orange County there's Aliso Viejo, Missionville, Tustin, I think. I think Tustin's another thing. It's just there's a lot of different names for each town.
Yeah.
You don't recognize it?
No. Is it a Beatles song?
Yes.
Oh, it
I'll
is.
do
Yeah.
it again.
But I'm not up on the Beatles. The only Beatles I know is easy listening versions of like the Beatles. Like, was it Nori Palmer? Was it someone strings that did a beautiful one of something Norwegian Wood? I love the instrumental version for Norwegian Wood. That is beautiful.
Is that a Beatles song?
Yes, Norwegian Wood. It is.
Okay, I don't recognize the title.
Yeah, I'm not really up on. I don't even own a single Beatles album, but it said this is, the Beatles complete collection. It was an easy listening version,
Well, let me do some Beatles. Oh, see, I think I
fit. Spinning the dryer.
Like that.
Yes.
I don't know that song. Yeah. How about this one here?
Oh yes. Heard easy listening versions of that too. Yeah, don't care much for the Beatles. Never have. A lot of people love them.
Sacrilege. Nah, it's
Yeah,
not.
a lot of
I'm just
people
kidding.
love them. Yeah, they're not really rock music like heavy metal, like Metallica or anything. It's just
Yeah.
But Gordon
You gotta
Lightfoot is
remember
so
that was
beautiful.
a different time too when the Beatles came out, and they're not really from the States,
Yeah, I know. That's a
They're
good
from
point.
Like the UK.
They were.
I believe.
I think it's London, England, or
It's
Yeah.
the
something.
UK, United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And
Oh, go ahead.
the odd thing is, I've heard they were considered a scourge for the youth when they first came out with their semi-long hair.
Well, they
They were
had
hard.
a thing. They had a thing about so-called long hair in the 50s.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
But the Beatles. I like their early works.
Mhm.
I didn't particularly care for their later works.
I don't know any of their works. Yeah.
Well,
just-
they started getting all like social and
Oh,
political.
yeah.
You know how that is.
Mhm.
But like any group, when they come on the scene, they're all cool and everything. They start inflicting their beliefs on people.
Yeah.
So, and then you kind of lose your audience there a little
Yeah.
bit. But that's just my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Paul McCartney was here in Missoula a couple years back.
Didn't know that.
You know how much those tickets were?
Let's see. How much?
It was $250 a ticket. Bless you.
Oh.
And how I know that? Because I happened to be at the hotel when they were setting up that
Whoa.
concert. And a lot of people probably went up to the mountains, the letter M.
Yes.
And just laid a blanket out there.
Oh,
to see
yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
because it was
yeah.
an outdoor concert.
Yeah.
And maybe you didn't get a good visual seat, but at least you could hear it. I heard that you could hear it very clearly.
Yeah.
Can you imagine paying $250 a ticket?
Well, believe me, that's probably because because they knew it was how they probably saw it is because they knew it was going to be big.
Yeah.
And
Well, Paul McCartney's always been considered one of the top main entertainers.
no, but they saw it as, ooh, we could make a boatload of money for him.
They did. I'm sure they
Because
did.
all they wanted is how it works with, if you look at from, if somebody, if they did like a, was it like a what do you call it?
Well, I heard it
a
was.
semi-comeback, sort of.
No, he's on top of the world still. But I heard he
Okay.
did a 3-hour concert. This
So that's-
performance.
So that they knew people would pay.
Yeah, they did.
Anyone that was a big fan.
Yeah, it was a big, and not only that, the news. When the news would go to a commercial,
Uh-huh.
they would show a clip of the actual concert of him
Yeah.
singing before they went to a commercial.
Well, guess what I was subjected to?
What's that?
Oh my word. I couldn't believe it. A friend of mine and I were subjected. We didn't want to listen to it, but I lived in the area, and guess who came to town? And their concert was so loud you couldn't get away from it. I think they played at some sort of baseball field.
Who was
ZZ Top.
They were here in Missoula?
Yeah, I had to listen to a live performance of their show, even though I didn't want to pay tickets. It was blaring loud, she's got legs, she knows how to just on how to do. Oh, and I couldn't stand it. My friends down the street, they're an elderly couple, they couldn't stand it either.
So you mean it was that loud that it went into the neighborhoods?
Yes, it was awful. It was horrible to listen to ZZ
What year
Top.
was that when they were here?
A
You
few
remember?
years ago, I can't remember the year, but it was a few years ago.
Okay. You like Sean? Sean, do you like concerts?
I have not been to one yet.
No, I mean a professional concert. I mean like a famous, like
I have
someone
not
famous.
gone that far yet.
Okay. Who would you see if you could go to a concert?
Goodness gracious. It would be something in today's music world.
Well, that's fine. I mean, can you think of any artist that you would like to see if you could?
Carrie Underwood,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift,
Yeah. They've never been to Missoula, I don't think.
or, there's a couple. There's some other ones. Just I can't think of them all off my head.
I would imagine if you went to a Taylor Swift concert, that'd be a pretty cool concert to go to.
Interesting.
I don't know if you know her. She did
No,
a
I
young
don't.
country singer. Birth
don't
on the
know her.
Sea.
Don't know her. Don't know her. No.
Well, she
She basically got her start, I believe, from The Voice.
I think it was American Idol.
American Idol or The Voice. One of the two.
Yeah, and I understand Simon Cowell made her life miserable on that show.
Mm.
He was pouncing on her. I saw her in interviews and she was talking about it. And she wound up winning that thing.
Man,
Yeah.
And now she's like the biggest, hottest country singer in the world.
she's more like, I think, no, she's not country. She's more, I think she's like a country pop almost. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
I know what you mean,
I
yeah.
don't know what genre she leans to anymore. I used to know, but I really don't know anymore.
I'm going to play this. Sean, tell me if you know this song.
But yeah, I can't stand ZZ
That's the song
Top.
we were talking about.
Nope. Keep listening. You don't recognize it? I'll keep playing.
Is it Lost Boy?
It's a female singer.
What pop? Was it pop?
Probably. Okay, you'll recognize the part.
Wrecking Ball, Miley Cyrus. Is it Miley Cyrus?
Yes. Yeah, I came up with that little piano version of that Wrecking Ball, Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. What do you guys think of ZZ Top? I personally can't stand their music. I think it's ridiculous. It just
But you said they were performing, but it was so loud that it went into the neighborhood. is what
yeah,
were saying.
you had to listen to it whether you wanted to or not. I just put on Gordon Lightfoot. I tried, but I didn't even want to pay attention. They were subjected to it, you know.
Well, I don't know. I know who they are. I don't know a lot about ZZ Top.
Well, I've heard their music and it's irritating. I think. No offense to
Really?
ZZ Top, you know, the guy knows how to use, and those long beards and they're trying to be cool.
They
I'll
got,
admit
I know
it.
they got an image, you know.
They're
and I think
talented.
for
They're
them,
talented musicians. I will give them that, but I just don't care for their music. Now, if Metallica came to town, that'd be cool.
Well, you know, Mick Jagger was here a couple times.
Oh
and,
yeah.
so was
Whoa,
Paul
the
McCartney.
Rolling Stones. Oh,
You don't like
please.
the Rolling Stones?
No, no.
Good. Play Painted Black.
What is it? Why do you don't like them?
It's just not my kind of music, you know. I don't like. There's a lot of music that's average and ordinary that I don't like. That's in the middle of between hard music like Metallica or beautiful, easy listening like George Winston or John Denver, even like Gordon Lightfoot. I don't like average music like Aerosmith, ZZ Top, or Bruce Springsteen. Average pop music that's in the average.
You
I just
don't
don't
like Bruce Springsteen?
I don't think I've really heard his music,
He
and
has
it's
a
just
song
not
like
my.
something like this. Something like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You recognize it?
Nope.
Born in the USA.
Oh yeah, born in the USA, born in the, yeah, I was subjected to that
Something
on
like
rides home on the school bus from Sentinel High School. I was subjected to born in the USA, I was born and so grateful to get off that bus and go
all
home.
right, let's get this straight. You don't like Bruce Springsteen. You don't like ZZ Top.
No,
But you like Metallica.
yeah.
You know what? Something, you're the honest character. I don't like rap. I don't like some things. I don't like some music.
Oh, I hate rap.
But I can stand to listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm not like you where I cringe up. I just, because it's music and I have to like almost every music because I sort of,
Yeah.
I like doing some music. It's not for me, but I'll
Yeah,
listen
yeah.
to it. So.
Well, you know, I just kind of, I'm aware of different styles of music. It may not be my forte, but it's out there. So, but the younger generation, they're not gonna probably
Yeah.
listen to Liberace or
Yeah.
Gordon Lightfoot or something.
I know.
Some things like if they were like in certain like when Hannah Montana was a sort of a big thing, and then what's her name?
You talking about the actress Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, the one she was actually the.
Well, she was playing a dual role in that series.
Yeah.
And how I know that because I did a story on her about a year ago. She played Hannah Montana, the rock star, but at school she was Hannah, and I can't remember the last name.
No, I think she was Miley.
And her best friend was the only one that knew that she was a rock star. That her classmates didn't know that because she was playing two different characters. And it was a cute show. I have to
Interesting.
admit. Yeah, it was called Hannah Montana.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
There's a song called Hannah Montana that goes like this.
I have heard of it. Yeah.
That's Hannah Montana.
I also like Cannibal Corpse.
That's called Hannah
Cool.
Montana is the name of that song.
Cool.
So it has nothing to do with the television show.
I know. Interesting.
But yeah, that show was very popular, Hannah Montana.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, in my collection, just because it was a show, I have a book. It's similar to that book you had earlier, and it's got like pictures of the characters on the show. It's a little, those little like children's books like with Hannah Montana. So I just kept it as a collector's item.
Yeah.
So-
Wouldn't it be interesting, even though John Denver's dead, if there was a John Denver cover band doing the beautiful stuff, and they were touring with Cannibal Corpse? Wouldn't that be interesting? Just totally different music. Wouldn't that be interesting? I wonder who would go. I'd go to that. Just to get the extremes of different type of music, You know
the song, Sean?
What?
You know this song?
No.
You never heard it?
Doesn't ring a bell.
John Denver. It's called Annie's Song.
Oh, yes.
That's gracious. This computer got warm. This thing was working.
Yeah, that's called Annie's Song, John Denver. But you got to remember, this is a generational thing. So
I'm a whole different
in Sean's
generation.
generation, yeah, it would be Taylor Swift and whatever other kind of music for your generation that they would like. Can you name some other artists that you would probably listen to or really like?
I have a whole little. I got some.
Yeah, you like Justin Bieber, obviously.
So I'm not a fan of it. Certain songs grab. I'm not a fan of it. Certain songs I like.
Yeah.
Certain songs I don't like.
What about, okay, let's just pick some names. Are you familiar with, what is that Hispanic singer that's playing up in Vegas? He was in a group called Menudo, I believe was the name of Ricky Martin. Are you familiar with Ricky Martin?
Nope.
Are you familiar with Ricky
No,
Martin?
never heard of him.
All right, let's see. Let me think. I'm trying to think of some of the more current artists. Do you watch,
I've listened to Adele, one of Adele's first.
Yeah.
I have one of her songs from 2011.
okay.
I have, what's the song?
Well, you can't play that.
I know, I'm just reading off the name. What is this
Okay.
one?
Adele.
Let's see. Andy Grammer. More by Andy Grammer.
Keep your head up or something. Ariana Grande. I don't know what versions.
And you like obviously more of the older.
Yes.
Avril Lavigne.
Adam Levine.
The Beats, whatever that. I can't read that one.
Never heard of him.
Well, Adam Levine is one of the judges. Am I right? Is he a judge on that show, The
No,
Voice?
it's Avril Lavigne is a girl.
Oh, I thought. Okay, no,
There's somebody on one of the shows it starts with something.
Well,
else.
I'm not as familiar with that show, but I'd heard that name, so I just assumed.
And then there's the B-52s.
Oh, I know who they are.
Oh.
They did the soundtrack to the Flintstones movie, didn't they?
I own
The
this song.
B-52s.
Oh. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were a new wave group in the 80s, I remember. Is it
Yeah,
the
they
same?
were in the movie. They were in the
Yeah.
Flintstones movie.
Never watched it, yeah.
They were called the BC-52s because it's the Flintstones.
Yeah.
I found that interesting.
Oh.
And they did this song, that Fred Flintstone song, the Twist, the Twitch, or whatever song. I know a place where hipsters go and bedrock. Dun-dun, Twitch,
Oh yeah,
Twitch. You remember
I
that?
kind of familiar
Yeah.
with the Flintstones.
Yeah, the movie, the Flintstones, the B-52s.
I never
remember
thought.
that?
Oh.
And of course, that young lady that was singing, she had the gravelly Janis Joplin gravelly voice. Oh, I know a place where the hipsters go and bedrock. Da-da, Twitch, Twitch. It's a funky town. I'll see you around. I'm no singer, but that was pretty. You didn't see that, huh?
No, sounds like music they'd play in hell. That's one of the terrors of hell. That kind of music. The B-52s for all eternity.
What is it with you and dissing? You know what? You should open your mind up to music more.
Oh, I love music like Gordon Lightfoot, Neil Diamond, John Denver, Cannibal Corpse.
It's a generational
No,
thing.
but still, but he could listen to, like I'm listening to, I listen to some of my grandma's old, like I go through and I see if I find, like my mom.
Okay.
She's a different generation than I am. And now sometimes I'll sit through and I'll listen to like some songs. I don't mind them. I'm like you cringe.
Oh yeah, I either love certain music or hate certain music. I've always been that way, even as a baby. Even my mother told me, even as a baby, I would cry when she would put on the Wabash Cannonball. For some reason, as a baby, I hated that song, and I don't know why. But I was just screaming, I've ever put on the wall. I don't know why. I've always been that way to music. Some music I love, and some music I hate. Some I'm just neutral to. I'm trying to think of a band.
I think if you were maybe more neutral to some of the younger music, you wouldn't cringe so much. I don't know.
But maybe you'll find like if you maybe in summer maybe you just let's see if there's something. Maybe you sit there and listen to it.
Yeah.
You don't like it. Maybe you go just sit there and skip or like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
U2 I'm neutral to. I don't care for U2 one way or the other. I don't cringe, but I don't like U2 either. U2 Rattle and Hum. They're just they're just there,
Do you know?
But see, that's the fun thing about music is everybody has their taste. There's so much music out there.
Do you know who Fifth Harmony is?
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them. I don't.
They're today's music. I'll play some of their music once we go off the air.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like dealing with editing tonight.
No, we can't. Yeah, let's just not go
Let's
there.
just not go into that pile.
I'll just send you the link as soon as we're done.
I'll just do it. No, it wasn't the DVD issue. It wasn't the
the DVD.
like the USB thing. I think it wasn't the issue. It's just we maybe need to stay away from playing the music.
Yeah. Lori said that she can play the DVD version with you singing and everything on television. We just can't do it on YouTube.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah. So when that episode airs, it'll be the full
fledged.
Yeah, with the Justin.
We know not to.
Just we can't do it on YouTube. So
we just can't do it on YouTube. We have to edit that out.
Yeah, so it's just better if we just tape the show and then I make a DVD version.
Is there a way there can't? I think that.
And then I'll send you the show on YouTube, like what I did.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work for me to go through because I have to go find a converter that I can convert YouTube to MP4 video.
Well, we'll make it work, but
I don't think that hard drive thing was an issue.
Okay.
I don't think that was like doing the hard drive thing. I don't think that was fine. Just maybe we steer away from playing any live music so we can avoid.
Yeah, just gotta stay away from that. We can't play live music on.
Because it was not a fun process.
Yeah,
unless it's original.
We had that happen just last week.
Let's just
and
say.
We had to. Actually, Joel did the editing, and we had to edit 3 scenes from the cafe just last week and connect it together, and it turned out.
And I did. I was close. I just gave up. I didn't want to go back and edit, so I just figured out a way to pull your show down from YouTube and
and it kept blocking it, so I couldn't load it up or anything.
Mine actually. Can I tell you something? Mine actually got uploaded, but it was blocked in a way.
Yeah, it's because we had that music, and when I took that music off, or Joel took it off, then it
when I did it, I should have taken off that one song, and then I would have been perfectly.
Well, I had to take out those Justin Bieber songs too.
No, but I had to take even out the
You had to take out that full song that you were singing about.
Lost Boy or whatever.
The Lost Boy, yeah. We had to cut that whole thing out there in order for it to go through. But when it's on TV, it'll be the whole thing.
That's good. When we played that song from Edge of Etiquette, I Hate You from Star Trek 4.
That didn't get blocked.
Well, thank heavens.
No, that didn't get blocked.
It's like certain things. Like you have to like.
Well, Justin Bieber's music is brand new.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but
obviously,
there's certain songs that I knew of that shouldn't have gotten.
Well, when we did that etiquette song, that's like 30 years old.
Yeah, okay,
So.
that's good.
No, but what's silly is that should have like some songs of his. They say you can use on YouTube.
Yeah, public domain, and I think he has to give his permission.
No, like they gave permission like to certain like songs.
Yeah, to some songs, but the ones that we use obviously didn't have permission.
I know. I'm sorry, should have had. At one point it did. At one point it did have permission. I'll have to go back. I'll have to go back and look and see where. And go back and look at those songs.
But you know, they have so many new singers coming up. I happened to be watching The Voice just a little bit just last night. You have these young people I'd never even seen, much less heard of. And they were just singing. Young people, probably like not even 20 years old.
Amazing.
Yeah, they're just getting younger and younger every year. Let's see. Let me think of a Chopin piece here. I'm gonna work on that nocturne. Remember this one?
I like smooth jazz a lot. It kind of sounds like office music. That's on channel 943 on Music Choice channels on cable. I like that smooth jazz. Not necessarily regular jazz, but smooth jazz.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like on hold music, like when you're on hold for a company.
Yeah,
I like that music a lot.
Because when we did those screaming trumpets a year ago or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
your hair stood up on it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
That stuff, so... Yeah, smooth jazz is probably the best music overall as far as the general public. It's hard to explain. It's just soft,
Yeah.
smooth
For some
music.
odd reason, like I think, like I can't stand elevator music. Like when they put it on like hold, like when you.
I
Yeah,
love that.
that's
I
called
love
smooth
it.
jazz.
I love it. I
Elevator
love
music,
it.
Yeah,
I
that's,
hate it with a passion.
Oh, I love it. I think it's just, I love being on hold and listening to it. I love it.
I don't. If I rather listen to it, I'd rather be in silence.
Yeah, yeah. I just love it. I love it.
If they give me a choice between modern music and that, I choose modern music.
Oh, I know that.
well, so see, that's the differences between you two, and it's a generation.
Yeah, it is. I think it is.
But if I have no other choice and I have to listen to it, I will listen to it. But if it gives me an option to do it, I'll choose.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so did you have a good Easter holiday?
And you know what's funny? That day that I edited it a little bit that day, and that show that I did. That one that I cut. So I should have cut out cut out that part.
Well, that's okay. It's all fixed now, thanks to
We
Joe.
figured it out.
Yeah, Joe.
But after you said that, I should have said, maybe I should delete that. I should have listened to your advice.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. You got to delete that page that you're never going to use because you can't use it anyway. And I sent you the other version.
Yeah, but that was but if you told me it was my live stream one.
I didn't think of the terminology to know that's
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah, because I did it two different.
Yeah.
I had one on a live stream and I basically helped. Sorry, stretch.
All right.
That's all right.
That's okay. That's okay. No, we're just goofing off, having fun here, and you know, we only got about 20 minutes left. Time just goes by so quickly. You know, it really does.
Time
I'm
goes
trying to
by
think of
very
something.
quickly, and then we spin around in the dryer.
Did you want to do some of your surreal stuff too?
Oh.
And your book? You've got your book here too?
Yes. I don't know if like we were doing last week, the poetry of surrealism, because I love surrealism. Like I said about a few shows ago, surrealism was based, unfortunately a lot of them were communists. It was the first surrealists, but it was based in the 1800s, early 1900s, but they decided we could make an even better form of mankind if we integrated the dream reality of dreams and real life. It would be a super realism, a surrealism. And it was just a very great art form, like Salvador Dali did, the melting watches and ants eating the melting watches and everything like that. It was just brilliant. And I learned about surrealism in junior high and Jennifer Junior High in Lewiston, and I was hooked on it. There was
you
a
can't
PBS.
do that.
What?
Talk to him.
selfie.
Okay.
It's going up because it's gonna go. I'm posting it
Wooly
tomorrow.
Bully.
Yeah.
You know this song?
Yeah,
Wooly
and I
Bully?
didn't like that one either. Just drove me nuts. Let's see.
And it went something like this. Something like that. That's called Wooly Bully.
All right, well, I'll finish up. I'll finish up that posting because it's gonna get posted to my Instagram for my Shonda.
Oh, that selfie you took just
Yeah,
now?
it's gonna get posted up. So I'm gonna because I'll lead them to it. I'll put when I get to it, I'll send myself
Cool.
an email link with the link and I'll post it up.
This is a fascinating
let's
poem.
talk
They
about-
did the poetry of surrealism. I was talking about what? Or,
Yeah, are you going to read something?
yes, the poetry of surrealism.
Okay,
They've
yeah.
actually made poetry about it. I've had this book for 30 years, and
Well, go ahead.
this is someone named, not sure who, what the was it Anton Artford or was it someone else? It was oh boy, the Revolution. It was by Rene Damuel from 1908 and through 1944. And basically, or was it someone else? Oh dear, I think I may have just. That is oh dear. Oh dear. Oh well, now I've lost it, and I was going to. Oh, it was an excellent one. Let's see. Oh dear. You know, don't you just hate it when you lose your losing the? It was an excellent. Those who puncture. Oh dear. Uh-oh. And now...
down the page number.
Yeah, oh yeah, to paint the portrait of a bird. Yeah, here, the page number, I had it bookmarked.
You should have bookmarked it better.
Well, it was just in the, from here. Jacques Prévert from 1900. It was basically a surrealist that first of all, paint a cage. This is how you paint a bird. Its door standing open, then paint something appealing, something shining, something beautiful, something tasty for the bird, then laying the canvas up against a tree in a garden, in a forest, or in the woods. Find another tree and hide yourself behind it, silently without moving a muscle. Sometimes the bird will come right away, but it can also take for many long years before it decides to. Don't become discouraged, but wait. You wait even have to wait year after year after year. The earliness or lateness of its arrival has no relation to the success of the work. When the bird appears, if he appears, maintain the most total silence while you wait for the bird to enter the cage. And once he's in, softly shut the door with a quick stroke of your paintbrush. Then, one by one, blot out all the bars of the cage, taking care not to touch the bird's feathers. Then paint the tree's portrait, choosing the most beautiful of all its branches for the bird. Also paint the green foliage and the freshness of the breeze, the dust afloat in the sunlight, and noises of the insects in the grass they need to see of summer. And then wait for the bird to sing. If the bird does not sing, it's a bad sign. It's a sign that the picture is bad. But if it does sing, that's a good sign. That is, say, a sign that you can sign. Then reach out and gently pluck one of the feathers of the bird and write your own name in one corner of the picture. Isn't that incredible? You just wait about so many years behind a tree to paint a portrait of the bird that goes into your canvas. Now that is surrealism, isn't it? There's another one. I slipped the free quarters. I slipped my cap into the cage and went out with the bird on my head. So you've given up saluting? Asked the commanding officer. That's right, you don't have to salute anymore, answered the bird. Oh, so excuse me, please. I thought everyone still saluted, said the commanding officer. You're fully excused. Everyone makes mistakes, says the bird. Isn't that hilarious? Wow, isn't that great poetry? Don't you? I mean, can you believe the genius of that? And you believe the absolute genius. I mean, who makes this stuff? It's just...
Who's the writer of that book?
It was a whole bunch of different writers, but it was an anthology by Michael Benedict, who made an anthology of the surrealist poetry.
Oh, I see. Michael
It's an
Benedict,
anthology.
he's
It's an anthology of old surrealist poetry. It's just fascinating, isn't it?
Now, is this type of poetry in mainstream these days?
No. Oh no, it never even was back then. It was surrealist poetry. No one would know of any of these authors. I got it years ago, 1986 or 87.
Was that the year it was written in 1986?
I don't know when it came out.
I'm gonna look it up right here and see if I can find it.
I first saw it in the library, then I had to special order it at a bookstore.
The copyright says 1974, so
It is
way
just
back.
brilliant.
How did you become familiar with surreal poetry?
Just from the library. I had already become familiar with surrealistic art, from that show from PBS. But then I was looking up at the library, And it was the poetry of surrealism. I saw that, and basically I just fell in love with it, and I had to order this book.
Uh-huh.
Here's something fascinating.
What's that?
At the Street of the End of Stars. Oh, that's Missoula Bone and Joint. That is a bookmark.
Okay.
The eyeglasses circumscribe themselves exactly around the new outline of the sky. Oh, isn't that fascinating? Isn't that surreal? Do the parts move together in order to look at one another? The moon and
You
the
can
sun.
take that off and go
Yeah.
green there.
I don't want to blend in.
Yeah.
I don't think you will because the backdrop is white actually.
Yeah.
No.
See,
actually,
it'll look
Yeah.
gray on screen even though it's green.
I blend in. I'm just ahead. I don't
Yeah.
want to be ahead.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's surreal. And the moon and the sun
You know-
hesitate,
I should not worn green today.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to be behind this green screen.
That's all right.
keeping their distance. Meanwhile, the hours fall more heavily and more lengthily than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
And there are eyelids closing, clouds passing, and a moment's repose and calm for those of us who have traveled so far. At a given signal, a finer hand with lacquered red nails lifts a curtain holding back the new day. And sleeping sun rays are visible. Fascinating. Water standing on the grass. The numeral. And the street where nobody goes by, enveloped in a long black cloak which from time to time shifts to one side. Isn't that fascinating? What a concept. Don't you just love it? Isn't that surreal, folks? Isn't that unbelievable? Isn't it fascinating?
Now we see where you get your humor from,
Yes.
too.
Oh, and this was a very good one. Yves Tanguy. I mean, this, I liked the last line of it. Some of it's kind of boring, but one night of all nights, and tonight like every other night, the proliferation which is not the least inhibited, the hunters' flashlights and their venison both are sacrificed, but deep inside the glazed eyes of lynxes and owls, the endless, enormous sunlight, the heartbreak of the passing seasons, the crow of the family circle, all the power vision surrounded by earthly reality. There are stars on the icy water thrown into relief, blacker than any night, and exactly on schedule like a last ray of sunset. All illusions fall into memory's flower, and all leaves beneath the shadows thrown by odor. And all they do is try in vain by using their hands something about disguised as wings, silence as frozen fields, with a generous gesture, opens up again, the revolving night catches them up and flings them to the rim of the horizon. And this I love. This is my favorite line.
Okay.
You and I have decided that nothing could ever be defined except according to the pressure of a single finger placed by chance on the controls of a broken down machine. Wisdom to learn, words to live by, I swear, words to live by. Isn't that fascinating? What a concept! Oh, the way. It's a short one. What is this road that separates us, across which I hold out the hand of my thoughts? A flower is written out on the tip of each finger, and at the very end of the road is a flower which walks along with you. Oh, isn't that surreal? Isn't that absolutely fascinating? Let's see. Oh, Sambaltines. Brains inflate, collapse. Big balloons deflate, collapse. It's the ventriloquist's words. Inflate, collapse, collapse. Disintegrated organs, clouds too assumes these shame sapes now and then. Lonely windows get upset watching them now and then. Listen to all the vertigo in the acrobatics of the figures in the mathematician's head. Nook-tow leaping gesture, who is data? So static poetry is our brand new invention. Makoko the asthmatic, H2S2, 1054, Moamba, there's a machine, that is, its white blood cells are vowels, and the vowels lengthen, that is. We gnaw away at the clock, and so get caught up into it.
Uh-huh.
And just look at all the brilliance running the whole length of all those ropes. Smoke is billowing from the tight rope walker's head. My aunt is crouching now in a trapeze in the gym, and it's fascinating, and it's really as a glow, according to Wawa Prohob, while the outline areas of sunlight is spurting beneath plowshares, left park before the bar in the end. Nifnifite, and all further fascinating the arrival of the circus trunks full of lice, and all the grandmothers covered with soft, floppy, malignant tumors, that is to say, with polypi. Isn't that amazing, folks? What?
Now, I guess a lot of people just don't know this type poetry.
Yeah.
You know?
It's brilliant.
Wow.
It is brilliant, folks, isn't it? I just love reading this. Some are boring.
Have they ever had classes on this type poetry?
They should.
Oh, okay.
They should. Oh, this is an interesting one. They sit at table, they eat not, nor do they touch their plates. Yet their plates stand straight up behind their heads. Fascinating. Oh, isn't that incredible? I mean,
And Sean's looking at you like, what?
isn't this incredible?
My brain's like gone up to Nana land.
Yeah, it is.
Now my brain's trying to think of other things.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, wait.
We got about 2 minutes left, guys. This is went by so quick.
Oh, this is fascinating.
What's that?
Oh, no.
Let's see. The light is excessive. Men run off to buy handkerchiefs and not to blow their noses in. Last resort, Eclipse, that celestial acrobat. In the midst of this cosmic carnival, this man who takes his role of planetary body seriously, everyone else is busy burning the sun in effigy. Irony of fate. Pleasantry of slaves. Impossible to laugh at. Now the slaves revolve around the millstone that grinds up life. Their sweat intoxicates the stars. The fattened sun drags itself along through the dust of the highways. A broken eye opens in the sky, and the slaves all laugh, shoulders aglow. Wow!
Wow.
And at the end of this one, let's see. Oh yes.
You're putting your guest and audience to sleep
Yeah.
with poetry.
The
This is not my
merry-go-rounds
type
and
of
go round.
poetry.
With their painted plaster coaches and their golden hair, sirens exhale from their hollow, heavy chests. Unhappiness enters the city among palaces built by jesters and jokers. Unhappiness enters the houses of cards, enters the plaster carcasses of houses, enters the gilded carousels. So let's set fire to the city, so the carousel mermaids burn. The color of their cheeks become brighter. Misery with its steel grip triumphs. Amid the laughter of burnt embers and the odor of varnished pasteboard, burnt bright red. The steel grip reigns, every moment more confident and bright. Lovely misery shines in the ashes. Last certainly, what are you hiding there in your palm? Open your fingers, hard but firm hand. So I might place my burning forehead in your vital, little, dependable flesh, bleeding from the assassination of the sun.
You know what would be an interesting punishment for a bank robber?
What?
To lock him up in jail and put a video or a tape with that surreal poetry.
Yeah.
Listen to it.
Wasn't that brilliant, folks? What do you think? Isn't it fascinating?
Like passing out here.
Isn't it fascinating?
No,
I
it
just
isn't.
love it.
It makes me want to go to sleep.
Don't you think it's fascinating?
No, it makes me want to go to sleep. It's like it reminds me of a boring teacher lecture.
I think it's fascinating. I mean, all this imagery, someone assassinated the sun. Wow! Bleeding from the assassination of the sun and eyes in the sky. Wow!
Assassination of the sun, huh? Okay.
And of course, we all now know these very excellent words of wisdom that you and I have just decided, you, Asaph, and I have decided that nothing can ever be solved in life unless the answer cannot be solved unless there's a pressing of a single button on a broken down machine. Words of wisdom to live by, I swear. Isn't that fascinating? What a concept. This poetry is great. I spent hours
gosh.
enjoying this.
Mr. Showmanship is probably saying, where did he come from? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, hang in there, Sean. We only got about 7 or 8 minutes
Can we
left.
not read that book anymore?
All right.
You're killing me here.
I just love it.
I already have a bad enough time trying to stay awake. That made me want to go to sleep.
I just love it.
I was just thinking, what if you had children you were reading that?
Oh, they'd
you
love
could
it.
put them out real quick, couldn't you?
They would love it. It's fascinating. You see,
No,
it
it
just
isn't. It's not fascinating.
well, it excites me. It's fascinating. It's a concept. What imagery they have. That's
Not
brilliant.
fascinating.
You know, what
It's
wild
not.
imagery. It's so bizarre.
It's not.
You know?
Oh boy.
I sound like somebody I know.
Yeah.
This is a funny way to start a new season.
Yeah.
You make me go to
Just-
sleep with that stupid book.
How can I possibly make something so fun and go to sleep? That's maybe I should read it in a silly voice. Maybe that's
No,
what was
please
missing.
don't.
Take a look at the
Please.
book again. No, seriously. Let me look.
Yeah, maybe I should have read it in a silly voice because it's
No,
silly
You
Are
voice.
you
shouldn't
reading-
have read that book in the
Are
first
you reading these poems? No, seriously. In
place.
order?
No, I'm not.
How do you know which ones to pick to read?
Because I've read them so many times over
Oh,
30
I
years. I know
see.
which are my favorites, and I was looking. I haven't read it in order once, but I know my favorites. I was reading my favorites. Mm-hmm. Some are boring. They
Now,
even
this
have a
one
big
here,
story.
this is called Sawdust from the Scales. Did
Uh-huh.
you read that one?
I'm not sure if I did.
Don't
While
you
I
care?
lick my body as the day
Oh,
licks its
God.
own body.
Oh, I want to read that. Yes.
somewhere between the sky
will
and
run for the-
lunch break, a cannon fires.
Oh God Almighty! No.
A cannon fires point blank at somebody's verdant soul. A rooster on crystal crutches
I gotta pump myself up with some.
hopes along beyond a mammal bell
Yeah.
which soars through the stiffness of the air, winning like feminine firewood.
It's brilliant, isn't it? It is. This is brilliant. I think this is one of the best episodes we've ever done. It is
I can't
brilliant.
quit. I can't quit
Laughing. It is hilarious.
I can't quit laughing at that.
Yeah, it is hilarious stuff. That's where I get my humor from.
Sean, you want to read a paragraph out of that book? Probably not. Huh?
No, I don't think.
I would rather. This is me. I'm had to go listen to some modern music to
Yeah.
give me some energy.
Oh my goodness.
It's so
Let me see where
hilarious.
you get that sense of humor from.
Yeah, it is hilarious.
It's not. It's not funny.
I think it's hilarious.
It's not.
I have to,
Yeah.
yeah, I have to
It
admit that kind of cracks me up. That one I read.
Yeah, yeah.
It made that book makes me want to go and throw it into a fire.
A surreal one that's orange
Oh my goodness.
or blue and sticks out tongues.
Uh huh.
I just want to burn all the whoever created those books. I want to go buy all of them and just burn them.
All right, you got any final words you want to say, Sean? We got to wind this up. Any final words? Anything you want to say?
Let's not read that book again, please. Next time I'm here.
Emmett, you got any final words you want to say?
Yes, there was a surreal joke. My first one I ever made up. Actually, wait, I made up surreal jokes even before about the book because I made them up in Lewiston, Idaho.
Okay.
But these books helped me. There were these two washing machines, folks. Two washing machines.
Oh, no.
They saw a hat in their way.
No,
One
no.
said to the other, "Is that in your way?" And the other said, "No, it's in your way, and it's blocking my view." Well, the first surreal joke I ever made up. That was in junior high. Was it
You made
Jennifer
that up in
Junior
junior
High, or did I make it up in Lewiston High School? I can't remember.
Okay, I can't answer because I didn't know you then.
I
so
can't
answer
remember,
it.
but it was somewhere in that time. Isn't that hilarious? Wasn't
Yeah.
that funny?
Oh,
Two
no.
washing
What's
machines?
that?
I don't know. Sean, do you know any jokes?
Nope, I don't.
I don't either. I don't think. I told the limerick last week.
Mm-hmm.
There was a young lady from Worcester who was often annoyed by a rooster. She
Mm-hmm.
cut off his head until he was dead. Now he can't crow like he used to.
Interesting.
Never mind.
Interesting.
I better stick with the piano. Huh?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, let me make some acknowledgments and we'll just sign out of here. On my far left, we have Sean sitting in Liberace's home, and this is a new
Yeah.
season. And then on my immediate left, affectionately our aging rocker.
Mhm.
So Emmett, our aging rocker. So we got to hang out with Liberace in his pad, his bad pad they call it.
Yeah.
His mansion actually.
It would have been nice if in high school they had actually offered a semester class on surrealism. I would have loved it.
You might have, but everybody else, including the teacher, might have went to sleep.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if I taught it? Like I've had all the materials for a whole semester, 6 months, and it would be an elective class, kind of similar to English, and it was all about surrealism, and I was the teacher. Wow.
Does the term surreal have a meaning to it?
Like I said, super realism. It was trying these. People were trying to get a blend of both reality and dream like. They thought we could actually improve our minds and become better people if we
I
blended
see.
this real with the dream like a super realism. That's where it come.
Okay.
Some of these surrealists even would put themselves to sleep and try to, you know how you're half awake, half asleep and dreaming?
Yeah.
Try to go awaken themselves and write down whatever it was that they were dreaming about. It's this wild stuff. They thought if we could put ourselves in a state like that, it would even be better. You know, Salvador Dali was the one that did the melting watches. If you go to
Okay.
Google up Salvador Dali, he was fascinating. Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, let me sign out here because we are really out of time, guys. Anyway, this is Asaph Cafe, and we hope you enjoyed this unusual, funny episode of Surrealism. That's how it's pronounced, right?
Yes, surrealism.
Yeah. So again, we have Sean on my far left, and we have affectionately on my immediate left our aging rocker Emmett. I am Asaph. I'm not your host, and so thank you for joining us in Liberace's home. We got Liberace in the background there. So until our next show, Maranatha. Well, you you guys make yourself at home. I'll shut everything down, and I'll just make you a copy of it.
Okay.
Of
Thanks.
this here. Well, you got your watch back?
Yeah,
All right, guys. Thanks for sitting in with me.
that was brilliant.